This is Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the August 9th meeting of the Long Beach Board of Zoning Appeals. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
I'd like to welcome to the Town of Long Beach Advisory Board of Zoning Appeals regular meeting, Tuesday, August 9th, 2022 at 7 o'clock. And our first agenda item will be roll call, please, Matt.
Would you turn your microphone?
You gotta hold it down.
Chairman Meg Canyon, present. Board members, John Mangle,
Present.
Doug Wickstrom.
Present.
There are no absent board members. BZA Counsel Chris Willoughby,
Present.
BZA Secretary Meg Collins, I am here. Building Commissioner representatives, there are none present today, and that concludes roll.
Thank you. Would you join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item of business, we need to take care of approving the minutes. If I could have a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll move to approve the minutes.
I'll second that. All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All right, those are approved. Thank you, Meg, for preparing those every month for us. We have an old business item that I'm going to yield to our council for a brief moment for Charles and Virginia Goodall, 2021 Silvertip Lane, reconsideration of findings and decisions. Chris?
Thank you. So since the variance was granted for the Goodalls under their petition in June, they subsequently went to the building commission after seeking their variance and being approved, went to the building commission to go with their application for building permit, and they were denied. And there was discussion and decision with regard to the garage or proposed garage not being attached, despite what the BZA found. And so since that time, I've had discussion with Chairperson Canyon, and there was lengthy discussion, going back, checking minutes, checking the record. There was lengthy discussion, consideration with regard to making a determination that indeed it was considered attached. And the crux of the issue that happens is that the building commission determined or found that there was a height issue, that another variance would be needed. After some discussion, I think the easiest way to address that for everybody involved is that you could, if you were inclined, to restate an issue, clarified findings and decision that would give some direction to the building commission. And my understanding is that they're prepared to reconsider that. And so the only change in the findings, if you were inclined, I've prepared some for your consideration, is to make a specific determination that the garage is attached and that it is in full compliance with the code, and that no variance would indeed need to be further relief from the code, or no further variance be sought, because they are in compliance, because it is indeed attached to the principal building. And then that should take care of the issue. I'm not sure, I can't speak for the building commission. I wasn't at that meeting. But the Goodalls, they complied, they came before you and asked you for the relief that they were told they should receive. They received that relief, and then they went to apply for their permit and ran into this snag. So I think that this is the best way for everybody, as well as every governing body, as well as the Goodalls, for an amicable solution, if you're inclined to do so, and the rest is up to you.
Now, do we need to make an amended, or do we need to make a brand new motion?
I think that you need to make a motion to adopt these restated and clarified findings and decisions as proposed.
Okay.
And that would take care, that simple.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to clarify and.
To adopt
Adopt
the
the
restated
proposed.
findings and decisions.
Okay. What he said. Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, I'll read these first and then we'll take our vote, all right? This is a common address, 2021 Silvertip Lane. The Long Beach Advisory Board of Zoning Appeals, after giving due consideration for the petitioner's petition for the development standard variance, supporting documents, testimony, and evidence presented during the public hearing on the subject petition, other materials presented to the BZA that are part of the public record, and the legal requirements set forth under the Indiana and Long Beach codes, the BZA now makes the following findings. 1.
And can I interrupt you there just
Yes.
to save you time? So I
Just the one
think,
that is changed.
I think that if you were inclined, the material change is an addition of paragraph 3, and then they're all renumbered on page 2. It's under the determinations.
May I just read the
And
determination?
specifically, that's right, the only material change would be number 3. So restating as previously adopted with the addition of that provision, in my opinion, would be sufficient.
So I can just read number 3
Yes.
on page 2. Thank you for that correction, Counselor, appreciate it. No relief from section 154.052C of the zoning code is necessary, as the proposed garage is attached to the principal building and in compliance with the requirements of said section. This would be dated, of course, August
Dated,
9th.
originally dated, yes, and restated August 9th, 2022.
Okay, all right. So we'll take a verbal vote, or can we do it all?
You can just vote on somebody electronic.
Okay, great. All those in favor of accepting these adopted corrections, say aye. Aye. No one's opposed, so those pass, and I think Mr. Goodall is online. So thank you for joining us this evening, and I think that should take care of that. All right,
So procedurally, what's the next step for the Goodalls?
Procedurally, they are on the agenda in the event that we were inclined to adopt these, and Mr. Wall has granted that courtesy. So procedurally, this will be signed. They will receive a copy. I'll send one to their attorney, Mr. Agansky, and I will send one to the building commission, and they'll hold back, or their contractor, just as they were for reconsideration. But my understanding is the building commission will bring that up for reconsideration at their next meeting.
And I kind of look at it like you can get from the kitchen to the space that they're claiming is violated without going outside. Ergo, it's attached.
For whatever reason, there was a disagreement at that level, but the goal is to right the ship here and make it clear what BZA decided and try to cut it off. Because otherwise, the Goodalls, their options would be to appeal the decision of the building commission and come back before you, which would take another month. They could file for another variance, which would take at least 2 months. And so the goal was to try to fill in the blanks, because although those were clear and there was a finding there, even discussion that it was attached. I can't speak for what the decision was. We're only just trying to find a solution, and the Goodalls have been gracious, and not that it's your job to appease them, but they have followed and done what they're supposed to do.
and so they'd be able to move forward quickly, I think.
Yeah, I guess that's the punchline here. It'd be nice if they could get this done before the snow falls.
Well said. Thank you, John. The public hearings, we have one, and I'm going to yield to our counselor. It's the Yellow Bear Farms LLC for lots 51 through 73 of Hidden Shores. First edition parcel number, and then it gets that parcel number. So I'm going to yield to you, counselor.
Today I spoke to Yellow Bear, the attorney, recently retained attorney, They are still compiling what might be a proposed condition, and my suggestion would be that in an effort to give them the opportunity to resolve any issue there may be there, they've asked for you to continue it one more time, so that the motion would be voting to continue the public hearing to September, at which time I would anticipate they're either going to propose a condition and you can move forward on the petition, and or they may withdraw that petition and there's no decision to be made. But it's up to you and in your discretion whether you want to grant that petition, that request. But I do think that based on that conversation today, they are trying to accommodate the concern with regard to safety, and come back with something that might be acceptable to you, even though the public hearing, and it's been made clear to their representatives, their new attorney, that the public hearing is closed and technically their ability to present anything else is finished, but they can present some conditions that you could adopt before making any final decision on any proposed findings and decisions.
Okay. Thank you, Chris, for that update. And board, I would like to make a motion that we continue this to our September 9th meeting.
I'd be happy to second that.
Right, all those in favor? Aye. None opposed, then that will be continued to September 9th, and I'm sure you'll be in touch with their council to let them know as well.
Yes.
All right, short meeting, 11 and a half minutes. Isn't that great? What?
Any public comment?
Oh, any public comment? No?
They're all muted.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so this meeting is adjourned at 7:11. Thanks so much for coming.
Do we need a motion?
Do I need a motion to adjourn?
Yes, sir.
That was a quiz, Curtis, to see if
I would move to adjourn.
Okay.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so adjourned. Thank you.